got me on there. Welcome back. So this is going to be a level 1 flow class. We'll see what all I decide to put in it because I didn't actually make the class today. We're going to wing it. So we'll start in child's pose. So down on your mat, knees out wide, big toes together, and the belly starts to come down between the thighs. And slowly walk the fingertips forward. And you can stay here in a modified puppy pose, actually. Up high in those fingertips, starting to stretch those shoulders. You can always go straight to forehead to the mat if you want for a child's pose, but man, my shoulders. Okay, head to the mat. To let the breath even out. Matching those inhales to those exhales. Tapping into that ujjayi breath, that audible breath, the back of your throat. Take a breath in and out. Almost like you were falling. Wherever you are, exhaling all of the air and breathing in together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Returning to that even breath, matching your inhales to your exhales. Starting to think of an intention to bring into our class. Something that you want to bring into your life. Something that you want to exit your life. Holding it for this practice, knowing by the end on your way to fulfilling that. Walk your hands to the right, pull your hips to the left, finding a side body stretch here. So starting to figure out what that side body is if you haven't already. Walking your hands through center and over to the left, pulling the hips to the right. Coming back to center and up into a box. Shoulders over wrists, toes curled under, pick up the knees. And slowly take them back just a hair so that your knees are now behind your hips. Inhale, drop the belly, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, push the floor away, rounding the back. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Pull the heart forward with those hands. Exhale, push the floor away. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, push the floor away. Coming back to center, taking a breath. Exhale, look over that right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Step one foot back and then the other, finding your high plank. That single straight line from the shoulders to the heels. Pull in that belly. Hips go up and back, down dog. In that dog here, one heel towards the mat and then the other. Inhale, forward plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Bending the elbows to a 90-degree angle, chaturanga. Push it back up. Lower down, chaturanga. Push it back up. Lower down, chaturanga. This time drop the pelvis, uncurl the toes, tent the fingers, pull the heart forward, finding that cobra. Push down with the tops of those feet as you pull the heart forward. Exhale down. Plant your palms, curl your knees at belly first, high plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in. Look between the hands, come up high on those tippy toes, exhale all of the air, and at the bottom, jump forward. Forward fold. So check in with those two loose fists down between the big toe mounts. Let the belly come down between the thighs. The head hang heavy. Grabbing opposite elbows for a ragdoll here if you want. Swaying from side to side if you like that. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, stretch up. Swan dive down, forward fold. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up, reach up. This time grabbing opposite elbows, bump the hips to the right, pull the arms to the left, look up underneath that right elbow, that right arm. Inhale back to center, bump to the left, pull to the right. Inhale back to center, release the hands down to fists or fingers up at the tailbone. Pull in that belly, pull those elbows together. Take a bend in the knees, and then the chest can go up and back into a mini back bend here, pushing down with those fists or those palms onto the glutes. Looking up at the ceiling. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Again, the head hangs heavy. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Straighten the legs a little more than they were before. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot stays there, left foot steps back, low lunge. Wiggle back even more, coming down onto the front of that left knee, letting the hips sink down and forward. Even taking that right foot out a little more, it'll allow you to find more hips and get a bigger stretch on this hip flexor. Hips go up and back, half splits. Pulling the right toes back towards your nose. Pushing that heel into the ground. Fingertips claw the heart forward. Finding that nice straight back. Good posture here. Good stretch along the back of that right leg. Slowly walk forward, bending into that front knee. Plant the left hand down. The right hand goes up towards the ceiling. The hips sink down and forward. And then reach back for that left hand. And continue to let the hips sink, finding that stretch on that hip flexor. Gently release. Curl the back toes under. Walk the hands around, framing the front left corner of your mat. Low lizard. So again, hips sinking down and forward. A lot of stretch. Bringing with you. Bringing the right foot back in. Pick up the back knee. Right foot goes back plank. Holding here. Hips go up and back down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in, look between the hands. Up high on the toes. Big breath out. Hop to the front. Again, fists between your feet. Head hangs heavy. Forward fold. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead, look up, reach up. Swan dive down, forward fold. Left foot stays there, right foot steps back, low lunge. Wiggle the right toes back even further, coming down onto the front of that knee. Take the left foot out. Let the hips sink forward. Using that cobra, that posture here. Hips go up and back, half Hanumasana, half splits. Pulling the left toes back towards your nose, pushing down with the heel, fingertips clawing that heart forward. Shoulders going back and down. Finding that good posture. Slowly bending into the front knee, right hand goes down. Left hand goes up, hips sink forward. Reaching back for that right ankle. Hips sink forward even more. And since we're trying to stretch that hip flexor, you can roll to the outside edge of that left foot. Normally I'd be telling you not to, but right now stretch that hip flexor. Help that lower back some. Gently release, curl the back toes under, walk the hands around to frame the front right corner of the mat. Low lizard to the right. Walk the hands back into center. The left foot comes middle. Plant the palms, pick up the back knee. Front foot goes back, plank pose. Hips go up and back, down dog. Walk that dog here. That external rotation of the biceps that we've talked about before, like you're trying to take the crease of the elbow up towards the ceiling. So that's the biceps on the top, rotating towards the outside of your body. So external rotation, external meaning out. Right leg raises. Right leg, right elbow. Right wrist, left elbow, all the way back, three-legged dog. Pull the knee into your nose and all the way through for low lunge, placing the foot down between those hands, fingertips clawing the heart forward, finding that low lunge. Belly off of your thigh. Should be able to take your fingers off the ground. The back heel rotates to the mat. Arms windmill up, warrior two. From the feet up, finding the inner arches on both of those feet. Looking down at that front knee, you should just be able to see the big toe. You should be trying to get that thigh parallel to the ground, knee directly over the ankle. Pull in the belly, shoulders back and down, gaze over, engaging this right side body, this front one. So pulling in these lower two ribs. You can notice how it just kind of pulls me back slightly, gets my shoulders directly over my hips. Flip the front palm, take it up and back to reverse your warrior. And then exhale through extended side angle, right elbow to thigh. Left arm comes directly out from your gaze. Flip the palm, pull the shoulder back, and then continue up so that your arm comes by your ear. You're twisting here. That right knee still pulls towards the pinky toe. You're still trying to find the inner arches. Top arm pulls you up, warrior two. Front leg, triangle pose. The front fingers go as far forward as they can. Keep going, going, going. Then they come outside of the shin to a blocker to the mat. The left hand stacks on top, going towards the ceiling. Gaze towards those left fingers. Pulling in these two ribs, bottom ribs here. So notice what happens. I'm kind of curved, and I pull these in, and I flatten out. Bending into the front knee, coming up high in the back toes. Finding that low lunge again. Right foot goes back, plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. External rotation of those biceps. Left knee, left elbow. Left wrist, right knee, and back. Three-legged dog. Pull the knee into your nose and all the way through. Low lunge on the left. Foot comes down between the hands. Set up that low lunge by fingertips pulling the heart forward. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Hands can come off the ground. They aren't holding me up. It's my legs. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Remember your breath. Back heel rotates to the mat. Arms windmill up. Warrior two. Finding the inner arches on both feet. Looking down. Just being able to see that big toe. Knee directly over the ankle. Thigh beginning to come parallel to the mat. Belly in. Shoulders back and down. Gaze over those front fingers. Flip the front palm, take it up and back to reverse your warrior. Exhale through your warrior two, extended side angle, left elbow to thigh this time. Right arm comes directly out to your gaze. Flip the palm, pull the shoulder back, and then continue up. Arm by your ear. Having good posture even here. Finding the inner arches on both of those feet, which you're not actually going to find for a long time, but you need to just get the action going. Top arm pulls you up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, moving into triangle pose. Left fingers go as far forward as possible this time. And then outside of that shin, right hand goes up, gaze towards those right fingers. Pulling in these top two ribs. Remember, we're rounded, and then we're straight when we pull those in. Pushing into the ball of that front foot so we don't overextend the knee. Both hands come down, up high in the back toes. Fingertips claw the heart forward. Low lunge. Plant the palms. Front knee goes back, plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. And walk that dog here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Forehead goes closer to the ground. Big inhale in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Look between your hands. Come up high on those tippy toes. Bend the knees. Big exhale and hop to the front. Forward fold. Belly on the thighs. Head hangs heavy. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Straighten those legs more than you did before. Pull that heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, stretch up. Hands come together and down to heart center. Shifting your weight into that left foot. The right foot comes to the calf, pushing calf into foot and foot into calf. That right glute pulls the knee open towards the side. So you can look down. Your thigh and calf and knee should all be parallel to the front of your mat, perpendicular to the long side of your mat. Push those hands together, pull in that belly. Raise those arms for some branches. Forward and up. The left hand comes outside of the right knee. The right hand goes behind you, nice and slow. Find that balance as you go. Pushing hand into knee and knee into hand. We'll help you find that balance. Back to center, hands at your heart. Slowly, without taking the heel to the ground, push that right foot back. Warrior three. Your head and your heel should be at the same height. You have to pull in that belly, use that core, use those hips. Back toes should point towards the ground. The hands gently come to the mat, standing splits. So again, the toes point towards the ground. That doesn't mean that your right heel should be over your head. In fact, 90 degrees is where we want it. It should be parallel to the floor. That right leg should be. Right foot meets left, forward fold. Notice any differences in those legs. Like right now, my left ankle is a little tired. It's like we did a lot of work. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, stretch. Hands come together and down to heart center, moving into tree on the right. Grounding into that right foot, picking up the toes, setting them back down. The left foot comes to that calf. Calf into foot. Finding that balance. Pulling in that core, pushing those hands together. The right knee comes, oh, sorry, never mind, it stays there. Extend those branches. And the left knee comes forward and up. The right hand slowly goes outside of the right knee. The left hand goes back. Gaze towards those left fingers. Back to center, hands at the heart without the heel going to the ground. Back warrior three. Having a little bend in that right leg. Left leg, nice, straight, fully engaged, toes pointed towards the ground. Heel level with your head if you can, not above. Hands slowly come to the mat, standing splits. Back leg still fully engaged. Left foot meets right, forward fold. Between the thighs, head hangs heavy. Tips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms and step it back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Drop the pelvis, uncurl the toes. Fingertips claw the heart forward, cobra. Exhale down, plant the palms, curl the toes. Knees up, belly first, high plank. Hips go up. Right leg raises. Right knee, right elbow, right wrist, left wrist, left elbow. Pull it into your nose. and through for low lunge. Oh, that one's hard. Okay, fingertips claw the heart forward. The back heel rotates to the mat, arms windmill up, warrior two. Gaze over those front fingers. Pull in that belly. Remember to breathe through the nose. Flip the front palm, take it up and back to reverse your warrior. Exhale through your warrior two, extended side angle, right elbow to thigh, left arm sweeps in front, tricep to cheek, pinky finger down. Top arm pulls you up, warrior two. Straightening that front leg for triangle. Those fingers go forward as far as you can, and then outside of the shin, the left hand goes up towards the ceiling, pulling those bottom two ribs on the top side, flattening out. Both hands come down, bent knee coming up high on those back toes. Inhale the arms towards the front of the room. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. Inhale the arms all the way up, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Turn to the right, bringing the arms parallel to the ground, still pulling back with that right hip. Gaze towards those back right fingers. Gaze slowly comes back to the front, to that toe in the front, the big toe on the right foot. The left hand is going to come down about a foot in front of that. So we take a big breath in, big exhale, hold and push forward. Left hand comes to the ground. Revolve, half moon, Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana. Toes point towards the ground, just like in standing splits. The right hand goes up towards the ceiling. Find that posture in your chest again. Both hands come down, standing splits. Left foot meets right, forward fold. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms and step it back. Down dog. Inhale, forward plank. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Drop the pelvis, uncurl the toes. Fingertips claw the heart forward. Exhale, down. Plant the palms, curl the toes, knees up, belly first, high plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left leg raises. Left knee, left wrist. Left knee. Right wrist. Right knee. Or right. Anyway. Okay. Elbow, wrist, wrist, elbow, knee to nose. Low, low. Get there eventually. Fingertips pull the heart forward. Find yourself in low lunge, even if I just confused the heck out of you. It's okay. We'll get there. Back heel rotates to the mat. Arms windmill up. Warrior two. Pull in that belly. Find those inner arches on the feet. Remember to breathe through the nose. Flip the front palm. Take it up and back to reverse your warrior. Exhale through your warrior two, extended side angle thigh. Right arm sweeps in front, tricep to cheek, pinky finger down. Find those inner arches. Top arm pulls you up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, moving into triangle pose. This left fingers goes far forward as possible, and then outside of the shin, right hand goes up. Bending into that front knee, coming up high on the back toes, low lunge. Inhale. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Inhale all the way up, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Find that balance. Try to move slow. Twist to the left. Arms come parallel to the ground. Gaze towards those left hand. Left hip still pulls back. Gaze comes to that front. Inhale. Exhale. Push forward. Right hand comes to the ground. Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana. Fix those hips however you need. Straighten that back leg. Toes pointed towards the ground. Left arm goes up, stacking over right. Gaze towards those left fingers if possible. Both hands come down, standing splits. Right foot meets left, forward fold. Fingertips pull the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms, step it back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank. Lower halfway, chaturanga, drop the pelvis, uncurl the toes. Fingertips pull the heart forward, cobra. Exhale down, plant the palms, curl the toes, knees up, high plank, hips go up and back, down dog. Right leg raises, pulling it through for pigeon on the right. Right knee comes behind right wrist to the outside edge of the mat. Slowly wiggle the left toes back. Pull the right toes towards the knee to protect that knee in this twist. Your forearms or your forehead. Slowly bring your hands up underneath you. The right fingers in front of that right shin, picking up the left foot. The left hand reaches back for left foot, pushing hand into foot, foot into hand, trying to square the shoulders to the front of your mat, pulling the knees towards each other. You can even take that right hand off the ground if you found the balance in those knees. Gently release, curling the back toes under. Taking your weight into the right hip, bring the left foot around. The right foot should come down by that left glute, and the right foot should come in front of the knee or to the right of it. The left hand comes as a kickstand. The right hand inhales up. Exhale, twist the right elbow outside of the left knee and look back over that left shoulder. Slowly untwist. Bring the left knee to the outside edge of the mat. The weight comes into the left hip. The right foot goes back. We find ourselves pigeon. My clothes are not being cooperative today. Slowly wiggle the right toes back more. Pull the left toes towards the knee, coming down onto those forearms. Slowly walking the hands up underneath you. This time the left hand is down, the right hand reaches back for that ankle, squaring the shoulders. And gently release, curling the back toes under, taking the weight onto that left hip. The right leg comes around, foot comes by the glute. The right foot comes inside of the knee, in front of the knee or to the side. The right hand goes behind as a kickstand. The left hand inhales up. Exhale and twist. Left elbow outside of right knee. Look over that right shoulder. Gently release. Those knees into your chest and roll onto your back. Giving yourself a little hug here. Hanging onto the right knee, allow the left leg to go long along the mat, circling that right ankle. Changing directions. This is a good place to have a strap or a shirt. So you want to fully engage that left leg. You want that thigh pulling down towards the mat as much as possible, and those left toes pulling back towards your nose. And that right heel goes towards the ceiling, toes flexed back towards your nose. So you can interlace your hands behind your thigh, behind your calf here, or if you want to put a strap over the ball of that foot, that's a good thing to do. Both legs are fully engaged as I stretch here. Pull in and out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Shoulders and head are relaxed on the mat. Allow the leg to open to the right. Toes begin to turn so they're pointed towards the ground. Again, both toes are pulled back towards your nose. Legs are fully engaged. Pulling that left thigh onto the ground will help keep that glute to the mat, which is where we want it. Bend the knee. Take it across your body to the ground, stacking the right hip on top of the left. Take the right arm up and then slowly let it fall towards the ground, finding where your stretch begins. So also help with that lower back if you have any issues. Getting a stretch here, maybe even a pop on the back. Inhale. Exhale to relax the body into the twist. Rolling onto the back, pulling the knees into your chest. Again, head and shoulders on the ground, hanging onto the left knee, allowing the right to go long, flexing both, reflexing the right toes back towards your nose, engaging that right leg, pulling to the mat, and circling that left ankle. Changing directions. Taking that left heel towards the ceiling, interlacing behind the thigh or the calf, pulling the left toes back towards your nose, pulling the right toes back towards your nose, engaging both of those legs. Inhale to pull in. Exhale to relax out. Let the leg open to the left. Turn the toes so they start to point towards the ground. Both legs are still fully engaged. Bend the knee, take it across your body, stacking right hip on top of left. Inhale the arm towards the ceiling, and then slowly let it fall to the ground. Inhale. Relax to exhale. Let the shoulder come closer to the ground. Keep doing that. Roll onto the back. Pull the knees into your chest. Give yourself some circles here. You might find that you have a little pocket of pain, and it's okay on that little pocket for a minute and rock. If it hurts too much, don't do it. Just stick around the edges of the pain, but you got to work it out if it's just a sore muscle. Can always take big circles with those knees. If you go one way, go the other as well. Once. If you're rocking around and you find a little pocket, try your hardest to relax that area and just use your hands on your knees to rock you over it so you're not tightening up the muscle. You're just working the muscle, like if you were getting a deep tissue massage, which I hate because they hurt. But some people love them. Give yourself another hug. Take your hands between your knees, grab the outside edges of your feet. Happy baby. Again, the shoulders and the head are on the mat. The feet are towards the ceiling. You see my knees are bent at a 90-degree angle, just like a happy baby. Tailbone back towards the mat, pushing elbow into shin and shin into elbow. And when you're ready, letting, and then the other. Go long along the mat, taking up as much room as you need for your Shavasana, your corpse pose. For those that are going to leave soon, thank you for being a part of my class, for letting me come into your space and teach you today. The light within me truly honors the light within you. For those that have the time to let the true magic happen here in Shavasana, allow that mind to go blank. Remember, you can fill your body with light to get rid of those thoughts. You can picture a wall or fog that absorbs all of the thoughts in your mind. Know that they'll come back, and you can get rid of them again just as easy. It's not so easy to keep them out, but it can be easy to change them or get rid of them for a moment. I'll see you in 8-ish minutes. wiggling your fingers and your toes, bringing those small movements back into your body. Inhaling your arms overhead for that giant morning stretch. And we're pulling your knees into your chest, giving yourself a little hug here. Rolling to that right side, finding the fetal position, resting your head on your arm.